Simon has dropped a 6-minute long video of 1v1ing in Hytale and how it's like, and it's a very interesting to say the least. There's a guy who jumps down right off the start, he hits you with a combo, and then there's you who also has a dash attack, which means to believe that that Q button right there on the bottom right might be a special attack button. I'm not too sure though. That is something that we have not seen in Minecraft. That is something that I believe we have not seen in Terraria. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Right there next to the Q button is the left click for attack, right click for defense. I'm assuming the right click is the shield. However, on the all the way on the left is a Z, which I believe is the actual shield. So that's very interesting. First notes off this video. Okay, around the 41-second mark, you can easily see that the character has used his special ability, which is Q, and it makes him go in a circle, spin around, blah, 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 this and that. And in between there, we've seen such things such as dashing, jumping up into the sky, and flying away. It's a way bigger PvP arena than I thought, but I assume that players are going to be able to make PvP arenas, which would be pretty cool. He's got all these items. He's got a sword, he's got daggers, he's got a hammer, he's got something else, like a lightning trident, and a bow. I'm not too sure with my lore, but yeah, it looks really cool. The health bars are pretty realistic, I assume, compared to the armor that they get. Right now, it's looking pretty good. And that battle ends with the other character taking a comeback. Number 2 takes us back to the Stone Age. This is an earlier zone where 2 players are battling with very basic tools, very basic weapons, using swords, duking it out. One of them does end up falling in this, as you see right here. But then his homie steps in, tries to like squash the beef or whatever, and this guy just jumps up with a big old hammer and just smashes his face in. Yeah, you got the devs just fighting around in the swamp, having fun. It is really, really nice terrain, I will say that so far. Even though they're like dogging on it and even hating on themselves for like the terrain generation, I really do think it looks like a lot better than Minecraft. Whatever other sandbox game you would want to throw in the mix. I like how bows look too, like the animation of them, like, you know, like the whole pulling it back, holding it. So apparently here at like the 149 mark, I don't know if you guys see what I see, but take a look here. Does it look like he uses like his plunge attack, I guess, I don't know what to call it, but where he drives his sword straight through both of them? Does it look like it deals damage to both of them? Because I believe that his sword pierces through people. And if you look in the bottom left of the mouse click, there's like a sword and there's like a little aura around it, so I assume that that might be the attack. The swamp gets a little bit darker, and at 238 he kills both of his buddies. Then he goes straight back to bowing, which I think is the coolest animation out of all of these so far, even though they've gone all overboard with all the sword effects, but now they've got special effects. Yeah, like again, you see that sword that has that mystical ring around it, you see something that's blue that shows a little effect, you do the spinny thing, this is a basic mace, I thought it shot stuff out of a staff. So what I assume is you pick like a magic ability or something like that, and that's what it goes with. That's how Hytale like kind of does their thing. But the early PvP does look really good because 1, on servers you can have all this bullshit turned off. 2, on like Magic or say servers where you want to dive into it, you can go as overboard as you want. And 3, you can meet right in the middle, like on a friendly SMP server or on like a friendly Minecraft server in general, and you can do whatever you want there, which I think is really cool about Hytale, considering that that's not really much of an option in Minecraft, and now we're all stuck on 1.8 if we don't agree with 1.9. And if we just start at 332, he spins, jumps, hits him again, then he spins around in a circle. That is an insane combo. If you're able to pull shit off like that in Hytale, that might be too OP for some PvP servers, but you never know. And then right after that, he goes ahead and slams somebody too. So these special attacks are nothing to be played with. We definitely need to be careful about those. And that leads me into a completely different category. Like, how is this going to look against like mobs, like skeletons and stuff like that? I assume that this is like the top of the line gear, but like once you're dealing with simple stuff like skeletons or like whatever, you're gonna be destroying them. At 4-way, you have like a little bow duel, which I think is pretty cool. I don't think it needs much change, honestly. You know, you have 2 guys frolicking around, bowing each other, and then now we have, wow, big hammers, big copper hammers. Wow, these do damage? It says low. Oh, he died. Okay, these copper hammers aren't too crazy, but they do jump down and hit. Okay, so it's the hammers that jump down and hit people. Now we know that. Yeah, it overall looks like a pretty cool FFA. All the weapons are balanced. The copper hammer is the one that does the jump and slam. The mace is the one that does the run and drill at them. Shadow daggers, the 2 knives, are the ones that just kind of slice, slice, slice. And then you got your basic sword, and then you got your bow. So that's what it's looking like right now for armor. I'm not too sure about the shield, but I assume Q is a special attack of any item that you're about to use. So like say you're using the copper hammer, you can just hammer shit around. But if you want to use a special attack on the copper hammer, then it's like a whole different thing, you know what I mean? Like you jump up into the sky, it turns yellow and blue, and you hit them right in the head. So I think it's a whole different mechanic in that sense. Other than that, Hytale does look insane. Lots of people are dying. Oh, wow, this is a crazy FFA. But yeah, lots of people are going crazy for it. Lots of people are dying to play it. I'm ready, January 13th. I appreciate you guys for checking in. Subscribe. Make sure you're subscribed because I'm going to be on Hytale too. I'm going to be going crazy. Love you guys.